Bill McRae here. I get asked all the time, how did I do such big product launches? Well, the first multi-million dollar product launch I did was in 2010. And really, it was the culmination of a string of product launches that I've been doing with my copywriter. It started in 2009 with a product called Marketing on the Fringe, which turned out to be our first six-figure product launch. So we broke 100 grand with that. We thought that was all the money in the world. But you're hearing of Frank Kern and John Reese and all these people, these big guys doing these million-dollar launches. So we thought, let's work our way to that point. Later that summer, we released a product called Covert Coaching Club. And I also was building websites using a service called WP Direct, which is no longer around. And I was selling those websites, and I built that up to about $1 million service business during the year 2009. Just kept working at it. Sold a bunch of websites to people so that they can have content posted to their blogs. It was really a great service. It's obsolete nowadays, of course, but at that time it was good. But I wanted to be able to build websites on subdomains. So in 2010, I did a few other products. I did a Squeedo lens builder, which we would actually build Squeedo lenses for people and drive traffic to their affiliate links from Squeedo. And we finally did another product called Never Fail List Building System, which was based on building blogs on subdomains and then doing list building off of each blog. And we drive a lot of traffic to those blogs because we post content using a program at that time called WP Robot, which is still out there and has always been a good product. And in those days, being able to post videos and articles and things from other sources worked really well because the content was all syndicated and we did tag and ping and we were able to get search engine traffic because Google hadn't quite caught up to the fact that we were doing this. They just saw new content, index, ranking for the long tail keywords, which were the quote title or the post title. And we got lots of small bits of traffic because we post 8 or 9 posts a day automatically. And it was all search engine. And then we started creating what we call the social automated hub, where we'd actually take and post those blog posts, not only to our blog, but also take the title tag and a little description and syndicate it out to social media sites and bookmarking sites. All that contributed and really worked well at the time. Doesn't work so well anymore, but it worked great at the time. When I did the Never Fail List Building System, I thought, why can't we just build a piece of software that can automatically create a subdomain and start posting content to those subdomains, and we just create that subdomain based on the keyword, and then that keyword becomes the primary keyword that would go out and scrape videos and article content and post it on the blog for us. I hired a programmer in India. I paid him about, I think, $400. And we had this plugin. And I went to my copywriter and he said, I want to try something different. It's really an aggressive sales letter. I said, I have this thing called the multi-site content poster, not the world's greatest name. So he came back to me and said, we're going to call it Massive Passive Profits. I said, cool. So I bought the domain. And we got the product together and we launched it. And during the period of the late part of the 2000s, I developed relationships with people like Matt Basic and all the main big-time internet marketer guys. I mentored with, I bought Mass Control and ultimately had a chance to mentor a little bit with Frank Kern, which I paid for out of my pocket, quite a lot of money. But I understood what I needed to do for this particular product launch. I learned it from that process. We created the free teaser products to go out ahead of time, and we really managed to take what we did with the Never Fail List Building System and Marketing on the Fringe and leverage that up to where we were able to attract a number of larger affiliates because of our success with those other products. Even though they were, only $100,000, maybe $150,000 in sales, they still got us on the map, sort of thing. When Massive Passive Profits came out, we were not prepared. We sold 40,000 units at $49 a piece, do the math, the first 3 weeks. we had all sorts of problems. I had support problems. I had to open an office. I had to hire personnel to manage support. Figure out $40,000 times $50 a piece, and you start to begin to understand the sort of money we made off that product launch. It was a lot. But probably the biggest thing we did is I had 40,000 buyers. I had a list of 40,000 proven buyers. And we immediately promoted a webinar with the product called Keyword Discovery, which was sold, well, not on a monthly basis, but $997 one-time pay. You have lifetime access to software. And what it did was very good at finding keywords for things that were selling in Amazon and other type of passive products. And we could use that in our MPP plugin because we did post Amazon as well as articles and YouTube videos and other things, but Amazon was the key thing we were focusing on. So with 40,000 buyers who just shocked out, $50, and they were looking to optimize every single one of those websites to make money for them, it made sense that we could put these two products together. So a week after we were done with our launch, and we were still sitting around spinning in our chair with excitement, I sent out 3 emails over the course of 3 days introducing this webinar I was going to do for this keyword discovery product. And the day of the webinar, we knew we had a great response. We knew a lot of people signed up, like 4,000 out of the 40,000 signed up. The day the product launched, the day of the webinar, we had over 1,000 people on GoToWebinar. And there would be people trying to sign in that were not able to sign in because it was at capacity. And at the end of the hour and a half of the webinar, we still had 1,000 people. So we sat there and go, oh my God, this is going to be big. Because we managed to keep them enthralled for an hour and a half as myself and the developer of the product, his name was Hitesh, just simply described as all we did. And really worked well with what our system was. When we hung up that webinar, within the next 48 hours, we sold $360,000 worth of product, and I had $180,000 in commissions. And it continued to grow from there. We ended up doing well over $500,000 in sales. We made $250,000 for 3 emails. That's what a launch list will do for you. And there are other people that have done the same thing now. I've never been able to quite replicate that. I did another big product launch called Above the Matrix, which is a blog building system. It was a great system, and it had a keyword tool with it, and it was really well thought out, really well integrated. We did about $1.9 million, which would have been 25,000 sales, and we were able to tie into that another big end webinar, and I made $60,000 off of that. Never quite as big afterwards as that first one, and it was kind of like doing a drug. After you get that first taste, you're like, I gotta have more, I gotta have more. And the money kind of goes to your head, and you spend it a little foolishly because it's just what the nature is. You begin to think, oh my God, this is easy, I got it made, don't worry about me. I'll just send out a few emails a week and the world will be great. Well, that email list goes down quick. And then your autoresponders will drop you while you have good email lists. And it was, there's a lot of learning that goes into it. It was exciting and addictive, and something, even though we did massive income machines, above the social matrix, massive income machines, I'd said that, Allen's Success Plan, a bunch of other CPA products that all did real close to 7 figures. We never made quite the same amount of money. Some did more than 7 figures, but we never netted like we netted there. And here we are today, 9 years later, still living kind of in the past. But it was a wonderful, wonderful experience. And we made more money off that 40,000 buyers as an affiliate than we did off the product launch itself. Anyhow, just wanted to encourage you and give you an idea of what went into it. I worked for about 3 months in the product launch. I slept about 3 hours a night. There was a lot of technical problems. There were a lot of relationship things that had to be dealt with. And the support side of it was beyond reproach. I had 12 people hired working for me to manage support, to let you know how it works. So anyhow, y'all have a great day.